What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stash Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NFL prediction video. Don't know whether it be via trade or free agency signing as of yet, but big on the if Jaire Alexander leaves Green Bay, I believe he will be a member of the Carolina Panthers. Now let's get into why, guys. So, being a Falcons fan, it sucks for me to be unbiased, but I have to say, I've said it before on YouTube Shorts, I've said it on podcast episodes, I said it in real life. But I'm really liking what two members of my division is doing, that being the Bucks and the Panthers. And I'll say this: the Panthers are in a pretty decent spot. But from outside looking in, like I said, I'm not a Panthers fan, but I do watch every team as much as I can. And then I also do talk to Panthers fans also, and they've been telling me, like, look, they need to upgrade at cornerback too badly. Obviously Horn is their cornerback one. He's young, just got paid, and had a good year last year. But Mike Jackson, their current cornerback two, he's not the move. Last year, gave up a lot of yards, didn't play great. But he's back this year. I believe they re-signed him, if I'm not mistaken, to a nice little contract. But seeing, and I know it's just clips, but seeing what are you now, minicamp OTAs, seeing him still get burnt by their receivers, and like I said, you can't take a clip, like you can't take it so serious. You don't know what's going on, what's the situation, nothing like that, but just from what we've seen, from the certain clips, he's still getting burnt. So, giving up a lot of yards. So, with that being the case, Panthers fans been telling me that they want Jalen Ramsey. I know him and Edgerro, their D coordinator, have a little bit of history, but I don't think that happens. I think Ramsey is going big game hunting. He's going to go to a winning situation. He's not going to go to the Panthers. And much respect to them, they are getting better. They have made good moves. I like their draft picks the last couple of years, but I don't think he goes there. But Jaire Alexander, he's a player that's very interesting. He has ties to Carolina, and being up front, I had a prediction video on him earlier this offseason. I've been on board since like December saying the Packers should and probably will cut him. I had him going to the Ravens. I thought his connection with Lamar Jackson made sense. Him and the Louisville connection, they need cornerback help. But they already fixed that. They brought in Wouzier, so I don't know if they still bring him in. They have Tampa, Wouzier, Humphreys, Wiggins, so on and so forth. So they have a good mixture of young guys and vets. So I don't know they bring in Alexander still. It kind of wouldn't make sense. Not enough field for all those guys, and they all need some time. The young guys need some development. The vets need to play as well. They're still good. So I just don't think Alexander fits their Ravens team anymore. But speaking of the connection, he's from Carolina. And I didn't know this. He was born, I believe, I want to say Florida when I did my research, somewhere. He was born somewhere else. But right after he was born, basically, his fam moved to Carolina, and he grew up there, finished high school there and everything. So it makes sense. It makes sense, man. He even committed to South Carolina, standing in the area at first before he decommitted and went to Louisville. As I said, played with Lamar Jackson there. But, the only holdup for me personally on this move is if they do trade for him, he would have to take a lesser contract. He would have to get his contract restructured. But the thing is, the Packers are already offering that. So you're going to leave a winning situation like the Packers. You've been there your whole career, played well there your whole career for the most part. And, also they're still in the hunt. They're still in the mix to be a contending team. They offer you, I don't know the details, but they offer you a restructured deal. You say, no, I'm good. They cut you or trade you. And then you go to the Panthers, who are, as I said, not retooling, not rebuilding, but they're just getting better. So it's like, you take a lesser contract regardless, but you go to a lesser team too. That's the thing that's kind of tough for this prediction. So with that being the case, it would just have to be like a going home thing. To be honest, it really has to be a going home scheme thing, because Edgerro, he normally plays zone for the most part. He has a good mix up of zone and man, but normally leans in the zone a lot, usually. So And the thing is, though, like I said, it's an upside and downside to this move. It definitely is because Horn already has his history of being banged up. Alexander has a big history of being banged up. So it's like, man, you're gonna bring him in just to him to be banged up for the half the year or miss most of the year or something like that. That's a tough part. But if and big on it, if he can stay healthy, he is a commodity. He is very, very good. Him and Horn. Him and J.C. Horn, and then Morag, formerly of the Raiders, now at safety. Hopefully, he plays the right safety spot. Because they had him at free for the Raiders, but he should be strong, in my opinion. Or vice versa. I forgot which one exactly. But he's a good player. He's not bad at all. But if those three guys can make all three play well, if this move does happen, and all three can play up to their level, this could get scary. This could get crazy for that DB room in Carolina. So I like to fit there usually. Not usually. I like to fit there honestly. I think it makes sense. Now, other teams that could land Alexander, I like Arizona. Similar situation, has anywhere he goes, he will have to restructure that contract most likely. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked. So Arizona, they lost Murphy Buntling, I believe, for the whole year. So they're down their top veteran cornerback. They might want to bring him in just for like a try it out, pair him with those young guys there in Arizona. I wouldn't hate that. You know, Ravens, I guess you can just pile up on guys. Lions in the DB room, their cornerback room is cool. They brought in DJ Reed. They lost Carlton Davis. They have Arnold from last year, the rookie from Bama. Played fairly well. Had his ups and downs. They have Rakestraw last year as well. The rookie didn't play that much, so they could bring him in there as well to Detroit. So it's tough. It's tough. It's a weird situation for him and Ramsey, but I think Ramsey has more suitors. I think Ramsey's the better player simply because he's healthy. And I did a video on this I think I did a short on this like a few months ago. So like I said, I've been on this topic for a while. I've been figured both would be moved, but it's just tough to find out the landing spot. So we'll see. Shoot, my Falcons. My Falcons could be a dark horse too. Pairing him with Terrell on the cheap deal, that's not bad because we're in the mix for Ramsey as well. Raheem Morris and Ramsey has a great connection. But if we miss out on him, the rumor is either us, the Falcons, or the Rams. So if the Rams get Ramsey, I wouldn't be mad if we take a flyer on Jaire. No trade, just sign him. If he gets cut, little 1 year deal, prove it deal, 2 year deal, decent money, and then we go ahead and try to rock out there. Because if he does get hurt, we did draft some young guys. We still have Clark Phillips and those guys as well, Mike Hughes, who already been struggling, so they'll just have to step up and struggle again as a starter. But if Alexander works out, we can put those guys to the back burner. Have our young safeties like Xavier White or Billy Bowman. He can be the slot guy. White stay at safety, and then Terrell and Bates. And hey, if Alexander can play well, I wouldn't mind it at all. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I'm loving Alexander being moved. I'm loving the overall fit to Carolina if he were to be moved on from the Packers. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.